Hey, Chris Jenkins, credentialed member of the media, covering the Carolina Panthers for Charlotte Vibe, aka Man of the People. Happy Friday to you. Hopefully, if you're in the Charlotte area or the path of, I think it was Helen, was the storm, you are doing well and safe. Here in Charlotte, where I live, didn't get too well. We did get pretty wet, but fortunately, in the area that we live in, did not get any flooding. Biggest thing for me was the kids did not have daycare today, so I had to play daddy daycare for the day. But it was fun. Got to bond with them a lot, and I think my daughter is officially saying daddy. I think so. Mommy kind of heard it this evening too, and she said, had a big smile on her face. But nevertheless, we are here to talk sports, and the Carolina Panthers are preparing to take on the Cincinnati Bengals this Sunday at Bank of America Stadium, where, by the way, they will honor Julius Peppers for his Hall of Fame induction this Sunday, if he happened to be one of the lucky 70,000-ish that can seat at Bank of America Stadium. And also a reminder that we will have our pregame show live Sunday at 11 a.m. That'll be myself, my co-host Brian Gallagher, and our special guest Rashad from Panther Nation Podcast. He's one half of the show. Dave is the other half of that show. Let's go ahead and get into this injury list, which has gotten bigger, unfortunately, this week than it was just yesterday. And we'll talk about who could be backing these guys up as well. So here is our current injury report. We have defensive end A'Shawn Robinson. He has a knee injury, and he is currently questionable. Now, should Mr. Robinson not be able to make it, LeBron Ray is the guy that would be stepping in for him, but he's questionable. So right now, team feels good about him playing. Cornerback Lonnie Johnson. He did not practice today. He has a hip injury, and he is out. Now, Lonnie is pretty much 100% a special teams guy. So on a down-to-down basis, Lonnie being out would not hurt us that much. Again, he is a special teams player for the most part. But if you skip down here a little bit, Nick Scott is a safety that's also out. So that's actually going to take us to Jamie Robinson getting out there. Maybe the new guys that were upgraded from the practice squad, which is why they were upgraded, Russ Yeast and Damani Richardson, could get some playing time this weekend as we deal with the injuries to both Nick Scott as well as Lonnie Johnson. Now Nick Scott doesn't have a status for this Sunday. So Nick Scott will absolutely play. But again, from a depth perspective, we may see Jamie and either Damani or Russ, which were two practice squad players that were elevated to the 53-man roster. Just, I think, Monday or so that happened. All right, let's continue to work through this list. We have guard Damian Lewis. Now, Damian Lewis has been a DNP all week, meaning did not practice all week. And so the question is, well, if Damian Lewis is out, then who will be in his place? So if Damian Lewis is out, then you have Chandler Zavala, who backs him up. Chandler Zavala, who this is Zavala's second year? Chandler's second year in the league. He's had his moments. So that would be who we put out there if Damian Lewis is indeed unable to go. Working down the list, defensive tackle Shy Tuttle. No surprise that he's out, as he missed all of last week and was out last week. We already touched on safety Nick Scott. And here's a new one, wide receiver Deontay Johnson. Now, Deontay didn't practice yesterday. A lot of us, may not blame him. It was wet and raining. He's dealing with a quad? What do we have on Deontay? We had a groin for Deontay. They said yesterday everything was precautionary. Today, he was still limited in practice. Let me make sure that's what I wrote. Yeah, today he was. Okay, I put did not practice. I think that is wrong, folks. I think that is wrong. That is absolutely wrong. Your boy made a mistake. Deontay Johnson did practice today. So let me take this off the screen for a second. What I got going on here? All right. Let me do this. Sorry about that. That was completely my fault there. I knew that wasn't looking right. So just backtracking a little bit, the only error that I made so far going through that injury report was saying Deontay Johnson was out. Then looking and said, that doesn't sound right. So I now have the right graphic on the screen. My apologies about that little blip, but Deontay Johnson dealing with a groin. He was limited in practice today. He is questionable, so that means there is some doubt, but the team feels really good about his ability to play this Sunday. And here is the new one. Guard Robert Hunt was on the injury report today, wasn't on it all week. He was limited in practice today with that hip. He is questionable, and they're not sure. Just going to say it was kind of came up on him today, that hip injury. Is something that will be day to day. They feel good about him, but just can't say at all right now what will happen for this Sunday. So therefore, you have the status of questionable. All right, so that gets you up to date with the latest injuries. And let's go ahead and spend a little bit of time since Fridays are really just an injury report, no other big news. So we'll take a couple minutes, see if I can address some questions here today. Oh, wow. Here we go. Good Friday, good Friday, good Friday. Thank you, Mr. Jamie Earl. Pure character lifting some weights, saying keep it up. Man, hey, I appreciate it very, very much. Each and every time that there's a super chat, there's a new member. We have been getting new members. I'm excited. And I tell you, the biggest reason I'm excited is because we're supported 100% by you all. And just today, the details came out for Germany, and I already got my flight, but I don't have my hotel yet. Anyway, it just sincerely, Jamie, thanks for the super chat. We need it anytime you guys are able to do so. Can really appreciate it. And then, hey, easiest way, free way, is also just like the video. That helps other Carolina Panther fans find out about the channel and see what we do, and I really appreciate it. Really, really appreciate it. What's going on, Antonio? Thank you for signing on and doing what you do. Got one of our loyal listeners, watchers, Knucklehead K, that always tunes in whenever she can out there on the road. Hopefully you're being safe. The weather isn't slowing you down too much out there, Knucklehead K, as you drive around as you do. And one thing about these injuries, some of these injuries, like Robert Hunt, let me see if I have the video up. I was just talking with Robert Hunt the other day, and obviously it's football, it's contact. Each and every day they go out there, they could have some, could get hurt. But it's sometimes weird when the guy's hurt and you're like, hey, I just saw him yesterday. Here's this clip from me talking with Robert Hunt yesterday in the locker room. What's going on here? What is this, fight on?
This is, I was going on a visit to my college, Louisiana Lafayette. I was a young 18-year-old cat, and I'm just proud of this guy. So, I'm just holding him up a little bit. I appreciate the media, too, for bringing this in and, doing their thing. So shout out to the media.
Is that an autograph? Oh,
yeah.
So I won't play the whole thing there, but you see, I also like to, and I feel like you guys appreciate it, I like to show the players on a little bit more of a personable level. I don't have personal relationships with these guys, but a lot of times if you only watch it on Sunday, you just see number 50 out there running around. You don't know what his personality is like, or see him as a person. And whenever I have the opportunity to bring that other side of the player to you, no matter who it is, I like to do so. So hopefully Robert Hunt gets well and is indeed able to be out there this Sunday and protect Andy Dalton. You guys are showing lots of love today, so we got this going for you once again. Super chat from King A. King, hey, appreciate you, sir. He has a score prediction for this Sunday. I'm not mad at you. I like score predictions. Are you guys feeling good about this team, even with the injuries that we have against that offensive line? King A is predicting a 27-17 Carolina victory this Sunday. That will push Carolina to 500. When was the last time that this Carolina Panthers team was 500? I'm sure somebody out there would dig it up. I didn't think about that before I came on here, but I know it wasn't last year. I know it wasn't the year before. I mean, heck, I don't know. Maybe, I know that one year Rule started out kind of fast. That might have been Rule's second year, which might have been 4 years ago. But nevertheless, King A, appreciate the super chat so sincerely. Thank you very much. All right, let's work through some more of these. Robert Flores tuning in. I appreciate you. Bland. Okay, Bland. Bland, you're the Bland from Twitter, if that's correct, because if you are, you do a good job out there creating some Carolina Panthers content, and definitely appreciate you tagging us every time that you use any of ours. I think you could attest to as well that we do, in fact, have the best photographer that covers the Carolina Panthers. Bland, what's up to you? Davis Brandel, shout out to you as well. And then T Green, just checking in before I clock in. Keep pounding. Oh, appreciate you checking in before you get to work. Panthers Prime Podcast. What's going on with you, sir? I feel like now every time you pop up, I can see you and your glasses on your face, which is, hey, a quick plug-in that I do enjoy meeting all of you all. So anytime that you're able to say hello, or on Mondays when we have our day after game, there's a link that I put up there for you to come on the show. Please do so, because I like connecting with everybody as much as I can on a personal level to get to know you. And thank you for supporting the channel and what we do over here at Charlotte Vibe. What's up, Roadmaster? Appreciate you tuning in as well. Roadmaster, shout out to the whole Southeast. We got major damage widespread. Yeah, shout out to everybody out there dealing with the weather. Certainly hope that everybody is okay and took the measures of don't go anywhere unless you have to go anywhere, or have to go somewhere, I meant to say. All right. And Mark says, when Wilkes, hold on, some comments are coming. When Wilkes took over, we were 500. Where are we? I wonder if I can find that. Let me see if I can reliably find. I feel like we were close to 500. It would have been another season that an NFC South team made it with the losing record. Let me see if I can find out super quick. Let's see if my social media Okay. So, Mark 1, you get, I don't have any prizes to give you, but you get a little salute from me, because we were indeed 500 during the 2022 season when Wilkes was the head coach. We were 6. No. Yeah, we finished at year 7 and 10. Wilkes had us at 6 and 6. So I don't know, but it doesn't look like we were actually at 500. But I won't use all this time on air to try to figure that out. That is certainly an off-air thing that I figure out. Dopey Nightlife, what's going on? Appreciate you. Chris, your video quality stay A1. Let me tell you this, since we got a little extra time. It's kind of like a casual Friday. I did a show, so my schedule is a live broadcast from the stadium on game day, pregame and postgame. And then on Thursdays, I'll do a live midweek video from the stadium. Now I go live every day, but in terms of being on location, that's what I do. And so Thursday's video, it was raining, the weather wasn't good, but at the stadium, I'm able to do a 4K broadcast, got everything set up. I was happy because it wasn't so bright, so my lighting wasn't as hard to figure out. And we got a new production guy, and this is not on him. He's still new, and I appreciate him so much because he makes me, allows me to focus more on reporting versus all this other technical stuff. And man, I was so disappointed. That video from yesterday, that you could hear the raindrops and everything. Because here's what happens sometimes for those who may be interested. I know I'm going off tangent from football to just talking technical, but I know a lot of people out there do podcasts. When I set up for video live streams, I have usually at least two options for for audio. I have the option to use the audio from my computer or if I have on headphones. But anyway, so what happened the other day was I forgot to change to go to my good mic. So even though in the video yesterday I'm holding a mic, that's not the audio source. The audio source was the mic from my laptop. And so you had to hear all the raindrops and sound, and you didn't hear my voice crystal clearly. So it bugged me because I know you guys love the crystal clear audio, the crystal clear video, and I do too. That's something that I like to bring as a brand and get you guys accustomed to. So I guess that was a rant, but that's me. I'm a human just like you guys. I love sports, got credentials, but man, that bothered me the other day. So appreciate your compliment today about that. Yeah, Wilkes did. Who doesn't miss Steve Wilkes, man? That was some good times with Steve Wilkes. All right. Carolina Panthers poll says, give us a quick story on how you got your media credentials. So I won't make it super quick, but I will certainly enlighten you. And again, I love the questions. That's what I like to do with this channel. You have a friend of the media, which is me. Any questions that you have, I'm here to help get those questions answered for you. So I started Charlotte Vibe as Charlotte Vibe back in 2006. And when it was first started, it was like a local newspaper with the intent on being a little bit more modern in the way that we covered news, not always covering like all the bad stuff like crimes and murders and things like that happen, but really just covering the city in a more positive light for things that were good taking place and then connecting people with things to do. And I said it to say, so it grew, it still is big, really big, and as for like a full service news company. And it took me a couple of years to once the site grew to a certain level where I could get my, apply for the credentials and get the credentials. So that's what I did. I can't say officially, but I strongly believe that I was the first digital media outlet to be credentialed for the Carolina Panthers. And since then, there have been, as you know, we're now in the digital age, so there's lots of digital only newspapers, if you will, outlets that are out there. But yeah, I was the first one to apply. I had and still do have a significant audience, and that was how I was able to get in. And I've been happy to be in ever since. And I know I'm fortunate to have it, and I'm fortunate for you guys that are viewers out there as well. So there's the story. If you have any more questions, let me know. We caught the hurricane early. Yeah. It's good though, because that means that come Sunday, actually come tomorrow, the weather's going to be back to normal, and I'm going to be a happy camper about it. So I love connecting with you guys. I know we talked more than just football. We talked weather and daycare closures and how I got my media credentials. But anytime I can help you guys with any question, let me know. And I also like to say, I'm still open to being on people's podcasts. So I get asked about that, how to get in touch with me. Is extremely easy. If you Google Charlotte Vibe, you'll see my email address, phone numbers out there to get in touch with me. And I'm all for it. So thank you all for watching. Stay dry, stay safe. Hopefully the hurricane fades and doesn't affect too many more people. And I'll see you guys again at the very latest, unless there's breaking news, Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern. Thanks so much.